In this video we're going to talk about history. You can go to the history button, click on it, and you will see the history window. History window contains a list of all the algorithms that have been executed with Sextante, not just during this session, but during all the sessions since you installed Sextante. You see here in this tab, name comments, and this is your history. And here you can see everything that you've done with Sextante. For example, in this session, I have executed this algorithm. Although I have executed the algorithm, just going to the toolbox and double clicking on its name and then clicking on the OK button in the dialog, in the algorithm dialog, although I have executed it that way, Sextante internally uses the command line interface. So what you see here is the command that calls that algorithm exactly as I called it from the toolbox. In the history, you can not only check what you've done, but also you can repeat all those actions. For example, if I want to re-execute this algorithm, hypsometry, with those parameters, I can simply double click on it. And then it runs the hypsometry algorithm. There are also other tabs here in the history: errors, warnings, and information, which Sextante uses to give you information about if there have been any error or warnings or additional information about what it's doing. Sometimes it's interesting to check the warnings tab because some algorithms might work properly, but Sextante might tell you something about the results in case the algorithm thinks that the results might not be okay for some reason. There are also two other tabs here, Saga and Grass. In this case, these are tabs that show the information from algorithm providers. There's a different video in all these Sextante videos that talk about Sextante algorithm providers and explain exactly what they are and how to set them up. The last tab is points, which is just a list. In this case, it's empty now. A list of all the points that you have captured using the catch coordinate functionality that we have seen in a previous video. From the history list, we can not only run the algorithm double clicking on it, but we can also open the algorithm dialog. I just have to right click on one of these lines and then select show algorithm dialog. And it will open the algorithm dialog and select automatically the parameters, the values of the parameters that were used during that execution. That is, during the execution that took place exactly on that date, on that hour. I just right click, show algorithm dialog, and it will select that dm.asc here as the input layer.